Well, the small New South Wales town of Orange has been forced into a snap 7-day lockdown. From today, 3 Central West LGAs are subject to stay-at-home orders until the 28th of July. Joining us live now from Orange is Councillor Kevin Duffy. Kevin, good to see you. Thanks for your time this morning. So what's the mood like in Orange this morning?
It is a little bit strange, actually. People are saying, look, this is the Claytons lockdown, because at the moment the health or the education department have said students can go to school. Well, if you know the town of Orange or the city of Orange, 45% of people shop in North Orange where this virus has been, and kids or students catch the bus and they go all around the town. They get on buses with 70 or 80 students on them and they're shoulder to shoulder. So they're saying, well, hang on, if it's lockdown, why aren't the schools shut? I take my hat off to the principals of the schools that said, hang on, we're only going to take the students of essential services. But at the moment, the students are still going to school. And we're saying, look, hang on, it's not really a lockdown because you can still go to work and all those sort of things. So the mood is very strange, and it feels as though we're making up the rules as we go along.
So just to clarify, you believe it should be a complete lockdown? You should be shutting down the schools as well, given that most of those people, as you mentioned there, assemble in the same areas?
Yeah, and the answer to that question is yes, because as I said, someone who's, I get a phone call from a student who says, listen, I've been in the North Orange shops and I know very well he catches a bus with 70 or 80 students on it.
Yeah. So
well, that makes sense. I mean, he should be at home, and so should everyone else on the bus that should be at home. So, you know, it's a bit of a Claytons feel about it, as well as the health issues. I mean, we had this lockdown before with the tragedy of the lady from Blayney who passed away from COVID before last year. And this has been around now for 18 months, and surely somewhere in the government they've got to get it right.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the leak has come from a driver, it would seem. And what do you do? What do you do if someone doesn't know that they're COVID positive? I suppose it's been a good run up until now, Kevin.
Yeah, the people of Orange are a bit bewildered. They're sort of hearing it first of all from other areas that you're in lockdown, and then they're not understanding what the lockdown. They're saying lockdown is lockdown, and you go and know it. And now they're finding out that, hang on, kids have got to go to school, or students have got to go to school, and all those sort of things. They are absolutely confused at the moment, and knowing full well that in the fortnight's or 4 weeks' time, the polls are going to open for elections. I mean, it just doesn't make sense. I mean, you can't go down the street and in a lot of places and go to the pub and have a beer or whatever the case may be, and you've got to go out and vote in a month's time. I mean,
yeah.
It doesn't make sense.
So is that council elections, Kevin?
Of course they should.
Yeah.
They should defer until next September or March. But the federal government and the state government need to get together and say, look, this is how we're going to do it. But let's make everyone vaccinated first, and that's what everyone wants.
These disaster payments that are in place, you will be able to qualify for them, or certain businesses will be able to qualify for them. Is that enough, Kevin?
Yeah, there is. I mean, it's never enough. But I mean, at the end of the day, people are confused about this. They wonder whether our region can handle the lockdown or the outbreak. If there is a pandemic, if there's an outbreak, we don't know whether it's going to happen yet or not. We don't have the medical resources out here. Everyone sort of comes to Orange for that. With places like Molong, who 45% of people in Molong do shop in that North Orange area because it's on the way through Orange. They're confused and they're actually scared of it because they all have grandparents in the area and all those stuff there. So we're a bit bemused and we want a bit of leadership out here.
Okay, so if there is an outbreak, is there enough resources, Kevin?
I really don't think there is. I mean, you know, if someone gets it and has to go to ICU, they've virtually got to come to Orange. So if you're in Molong, you've got to come to Orange, and the place will fill up quite quickly if there is an outbreak. So let someone come out and lead us and show us what we actually do have or what we actually need. But the thing is, we need to be in lockdown instead of a Claytons lockdown.
Yeah, okay. Well, hopefully it's only a week or so and then that'll be it. But in the meantime, it's only 7 days at this stage, but do you think that there could be lasting consequences for business? small businesses I'm talking about here, Kevin, too, despite the fact that they will qualify for disaster payments of up to $600 a week per worker?
Carl, yes, there is lasting issues for businesses. I mean, I know for a fact when a person travelled through Orange a number of months ago and it was at Birdie's restaurant type thing there, it hit the press. Well, it affected a coffee shop down the road $5,000 a day. I mean, that's the impact that it has on people out here. People are saying, well, hang on, we're not going to go out there, we're not going to get this. We've seen people who've been sick with this. We've heard about what's happened. We know there's deaths involved. For God's sake, go out there and get vaccinated so we can deal with the situation.
Okay. Councillor Kevin Duffy from Orange, appreciate your time this morning. Thanks for joining us.